What's up, guys? It's Denise Salcedo, and right now we are at Warrior Wrestling Fan Fest, and standing with me is Brian Pillman Jr. Brian, what's up? I've been trying to get an interview with you for a while now, so I'm very happy that we finally get to do this here today.
Yeah, it looks like our paths have crossed. The stars have aligned. I'm in Chicago. Warrior Wrestling, they needed a replacement for the main event. I looked at my watch and it was time. It's time for the main event, so here I am.
Hell yeah, I love it. You know, you're here, you got a match. I can't wait to see you in action, but we got a lot going on this weekend. Obviously, with AEW right across the street later on tonight is going to be the first ever joint show between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling for Forbidden Door. So, Brian, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts? What was your initial reaction to the announcement of Forbidden Door, and how are you feeling right now this weekend knowing that it's going down?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been so exciting, just the whole build up to it. I've never been to Japan myself, so just to have that possibility of one day getting to work with some of these talents from overseas and having, I've had a good relationship with some of the young lions that are coming over to prove themselves, so it's really cool to see them succeeding and getting some AEW time. Just got to wrestle Will Ospreay last week for this Warrior title. Here he is now wrestling tonight for the IWGP United States title, so to be in the mix with a lot of those guys is quite the privilege. A couple years back, I got to wrestle Jushin Liger at Defy Wrestling in Seattle. So New Japan's always had a special place in my heart, and hopefully this Forbidden Door stays open and people can go back and forth and work and promote wrestling, whether it's in Japan or here in Chicago or wherever else. So just really excited and grateful to be a part of the AEW team.
That is so cool, with everything happening in terms of all of these different possibilities with the Forbidden Door, etc. How does that make you feel as a talent, knowing that these possibilities are out there? Also, on top of that, with the added addition that Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor, what are your thoughts on all of that?
It's just a lot of possibility, a lot of imagination, and that's what wrestling's all about at the end of the day. So more opportunity for guys like me and guys like that are here at this indie show, more work for us, more storylines, and more crazy moments. I think that's what Tony's been delivering on, is giving the fans what they want. I think he's going to continue to give them what they want for as long as we're around. So.
Now let's talk about these crazy moments, because you and Griff Garrison have been absolutely killing it together on AEW. What has the experience been like for you guys together so far, especially with the boom and the popularity that AEW has had?
Yeah, it's been definitely a wild ride, a lot of ups and downs with Griff, and just finding ourselves inside and outside of the ring too. We went through a lot during that period of living in Jacksonville, living on my own, and he was going through a similar thing in his life, so we learned to grow and learn to really get to know each other really well. And, it's a shame to see what happened with Julia, and, she wasn't quite on the same page as us and after the same thing. So she's kind of doing her own thing and finding herself, and who knows, maybe before long me and Griff will have to reinvent ourselves and come up with something new also. So
how has it been like working with the House of Black?
They're an incredibly powerful team. There's some of the best athletes that I've ever been in the ring with. So they're definitely on a whole nother level. They came out and delivered a hell of a match at Double or Nothing. So all the more power to them. I wish it didn't have to go down that way. That they didn't have to take Julia away from us. But it turned out that she was the hidden ace in their sleeve. She ended up turning and winning the match for them. So it just goes to show strength in numbers and all that. So.
And I do want to ask you, for you so far with AEW, what has been your personal favorite match, favorite story, favorite moment that you have done in AEW?
I'll tell you what, we had a really good match a while back, me and Griff with the Young Bucks, and I think that kind of solidified us as a tag team, as tag team stars. We got that really good match with the Young Bucks. We've had some great matches with FTR. I really enjoyed my match with Miro. So a lot of great moments and a lot of things that took place in Jacksonville during the pandemic, So it's kind of cool to look back on that time in wrestling where we were all kind of figuring it out,
Trying to get through it all. All right, my last question is, I know you got people here that want to meet you. So really quickly, I do want to ask you, in terms of your goals in AEW, stuff that you want to accomplish, what is on that list?
Shoot, man, I'll tell you what, I was really gunning for those tag team championships for a while, but I think now it's time to kind of find myself and more maybe focus on a little bit of a singles, style and maybe a singles run. So I don't know, I've been having a lot of a lot of thinking going on, a lot of retrospective going on. So I think there's some changes coming very, very soon.
Oh, that's very exciting. Well, Brian, thank you so much for chatting with me here today. I appreciate it a whole lot. BTW, the hair looks great, by the way. I was admiring it from afar. Awesome. Well, Brian, thank you so much for chatting with me. Thank you, guys.